Hi everyone, welcome back. So, I wanted to share with you a few fun things that I'm working on. So, if you guys have been following me for a while, you know I'm trying desperately to destash it. It's really hard when the things that you collected are things you really love. So, inside my Etsy shop, I have put a few kits of things that I love, and I'm going to share with you two of the items. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is this uh, tea-dyed Audubon book pack, Audubon page pack, and it comes with one tea-dyed manila folder, and then it comes with 10 pages of tea-dyed book pages from a Thomas Audubon book, and they're double-sided. Now you may not receive this exact one. You'll get one. You'll definitely get birds, but you'll get a random one of choice. But the illustrations are just beautiful. Now I have used this book. I've had it for several years, and I have used it in my junk journaling. I've made a couple of bird journals. I've made a couple of planners, different things. But the illustrations are beautiful and the pages are tea dyed. So in your book page pack, you will receive 10 random, but they will be of birds, tea dyed bird pages along with a tea dyed folder. So that's one of them. Now, the one that has been really hard for me to part with has been these quilt squares. So I love them. I have a weakness for collecting old quilts and quilt squares. So I have created a traveler's notebook kit, and each one is listed in my Etsy shop. And if you see them, if you see this quilt square you like, that's the one you receive with that listing. So I'll show you the papers first, because all the papers are going to be the same in every kit. It'll just be the quilt squares that are different. Well, I should back up. The pages will be similar. They're from the same books, but not the exact page you're going to see here. Okay, so you get two of my hand-dyed papers. You get a magazine page from a Maui magazine, a book of, can you see, they're so cute, a different page but of cats, a puzzle page. Oh, this, I hoarded this for so long. This is a Lisa Yam Chinese recipe magazine, and I just love it. Two pieces of ledger paper. You get a really enormous piece of an atlas. It's really big. Piece from a butterfly book that I've been hoarding. This is, I love this. This is a book, I think it's from the 40s or the 50s, but the paper is so nice, and it's the mechanics of machinery. So all of them are going to have some sort of mathematical equations and some sort of illustration. But I love it. The paper, it has a very nice feel. You're going to get 3 Asian book pages. You're going to get a piece of music paper. This is from a grid pad that I got when I was in South America. This is, oh my gosh, I love this book. I've had it for I don't know how long, and I've used it a lot. It is a book of writing and of fonts. It's like a graphic design book. So you get one large piece of that. Get a piece of dress pattern paper. You get 3 medium tags, and these tags are like 4.5 by 2. And then you get 2 large tags, and they are 6 by 3. And these are made from manila cardstock. And then you get 6 um, I think it's 6 yards. It's two pieces of about, I think it's 1.5, it's almost two, it's about a little more than almost 2 inches, like 1 3/4 inch torn muslin. And there's two pieces, and they're 36 inches in length, and you get 5 calabash pins. And then you get two pieces of crochet, or one piece with two doilies of crocheted, a piece of a vintage tablecloth. And then you get this file folder as well. So that's the paper part of the pack. Now the choice you can make is you can pick your quilt square. And these are all for my own private stash, things that I've collected, things that I really like. I think there are 8 9-patch squares. Now I did not make these. These were a vintage find. They have such fun patterns. And I think in the pictures on Etsy, I tried really hard, but the pictures were not as good. The color you see here is pretty true. The pictures on Etsy are a little darker, I think. I had 2 of these, so I'll show you what I made with one of mine. This one I really love. This one has like a 1960s sort of, it's got a, I don't know if you can see it, it's got a weave to it, a texture to it. And then I have a few others. Now these are approximately, I think the 9-patch are 9x9. Okay. And these are from a vintage log cabin quilt, and I think these are about 10x10. Now they're not going to be totally 100% because they're, they're pieces of a quilt. And some of these fabrics are worn and seen through, so these are much older than the 9-patch. And I just love them, and some of them are definitely falling apart. And some of them have, like, look, you can see this one has, like, it's been sewn over, like they tried to patch it because the fabric was so thin. I imagine these are pieces made from feed sacks because they are so super thin. Now they're not perfect, you guys. They're imperfect. They're meant to be made as a treasure. Like this one is definitely worn through. But I love them. So I will put the description, in the description box below, the link to my Etsy shop. Now I'm going to show you what I've made. This is a traveler's notebook insert. So mine fits inside my traveler's notebook, and you don't have to make yours according to the same size I made mine. So mine is about, if you count to the end of the ruffle, is about 5 by 8 3/4. So, but you can make yours any way you want. So I took the file folder and I sewed the quilt, one of the quilt squares to the file folder. Here, let me see if I can open it up so you can see it. And I made the ruffles. So with that I made the ruffle from that muslin. And I added the papers in. And I did mine with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch. And I'm not finished with it, but you can see that it's really meant to be more like a monthly, enough pages to really smash book or journal or junk journal in for a month. I still have pages left over and I haven't finished mine. So that's what I did with the magazine page, was I, sewed my signatures in and hid them inside this envelope. But, it's really however you want to make yours. I'm going to use some of the pattern paper on the tags. some rest of the muslin on the top of the tags. Now you could dye your muslin. I mean, this is for you. You do it your way. This just shows you what I did with mine. Big tag. So I still have the doilies to add. I haven't decided whether I'm going to put them on the front or whether I'm going to sew them on the spine. And I still have, I think I have like 4 pages out that I haven't used that I'm going to make pockets or extra journaling cards with. Okay, guys, I just wanted to share. I hope you're doing good, and I hope you're all staying safe. And as always, from my heart to your heart, I'm sending you so much aloha. Until next time, bye for now.